All right. Hello. Happy Monday. Happy first Monday of November. I can't believe that we are already here. Oh my goodness. So this month you can see that we don't have a call on the week of Thanksgiving. We have a special speaker on the 2nd and the 5th Monday. So all the other Mondays will have a speaker, or maybe it's the 3rd, whatever that is. And so make sure you mark it on your calendar. Arizona, it is at 6 p.m. our time and 5 p.m. Pacific. We're pretty much the only one whose time just the team call time changed. Everybody else is the same. Just a few announcements to remember that this month is our $20 off all of our packages. So our basic pack is $140, which is like only happens twice a year, and it's always in November, but just making sure that you are doing that. All right, so we're trying to figure out like what things hold us back, and I asked you a bunch of questions, and I have some speakers who are going to be speaking on a couple of the topics that you guys asked about already, but something that I have found, and I was talking to Amy, and she also has found, is like you saw that I said, if you plan to fail, you fail to plan, you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And that is just so important. In obviously most people plan out their normal typical life, but we forget, like in our business, we also need to have a plan. We also need to go through and know what is going on throughout the month, the week, our day, all of the things. And so we just wanted to go over a few tips on how to make sure that you are being as most successful. Because I get the questions all of the time, like, well, I don't even know what to invite to right now, or I don't even know what to share about. And so I'm going to kind of share what my plan is every month, and we're going to kind of give like some tips as we go. But you just need to make sure that like everybody's like, I don't know what to post. And so having a posting plan is super important. I posted those posting ideas to kind of, if you're like stuck, there's a daily idea. But for me, I like to kind of follow a pattern. I don't want it to all be about Beachbody. I want to make sure that they can see other things in my life. And so we've talked about it over and over again about having those 5 things that make up you. Even if you can only think of 4, at least have those things, and making sure that you're sharing those aspects of your life so that you can go in rotation. We only want like 20% to even be about Beachbody. We want your life to be the spotlight. And sharing your fitness journey is part of your spotlight, but not being like, hey, Beachbody, Beachbody, Beachbody. And just like making sure that you know those things. And if you're struggling with that, like ask friends, family, spouse, your best friend, like, what do you think of when you think of me, type of things. What do you think of when you think that I'm passionate about? And so, but having kind of an idea of what's going on. Now, I like to, on Tuesdays, I like to share some kind of transformation, whether it is like a physical transformation, sharing transformations of my challengers or our team. Maybe it's an emotional or a mindset transformation. Just trying to keep that Tuesday all about changes for the good that have happened. Thursday, since that is our payday, I like to pretty much make that a business post. And I'm going to share about what this business has done for me. And I know some of you like who are brand new and you're like, well, I don't have anything the business has done for me yet. Maybe sharing about why you joined, or sharing about like the possibilities. When I was first starting, it was like, well, I'm only making X amount of dollars. How do I share that? Well, I would share how thankful I was that I get to pay to take my family out to dinner tonight. We don't have to go into our normal budget, or that I get to buy myself a special outfit or something. Not necessarily sharing the dollar amount, but sharing what it's doing for our family. And so a lot of times I like to just put that type of thing. Maybe it helped pay for groceries or gas. Because people out there, if they could just make enough to cover gas or make enough to cover their phone bill, like that's a game changer in a lot of people's lives. And then I try to do some kind of jab or like call to action in those posts as well, like saying like, if you're interested in joining my team or my group. And then I always do a call to action. I don't say always because I have missed some, but my plan is to do a call to action on Sunday nights as well. Most of you know I don't work on Sundays at all, but I have that post planned and worded, saved in my phone, so all I have to hit is send. But I want to make sure, because those evening times around like 6 to 9 p.m., people are sad about going back to work the next day and they're scrolling through or their kids are in bed. And so that way they can like see something fresh. And so like I know in my plan that those 3 days are going to have a call to action, like a very much direct call to action, join my group, join my team type of thing. The rest of the week might have a little bit of jabs in there, but just knowing in your head that I'm going to have at least those 3 days planned out, just super is helpful. And so like thinking of maybe your schedule, like how would you be able to incorporate that in there? And then in my stories, I'm making sure that for the first half of the month, I'm talking about my group. I'm talking about, because I'm going to have it started. We have it start usually that 3rd Monday of the month, but I want to make sure, my call to action, I do Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. I don't do much call to action on Friday and Saturday because everybody's like not paying attention. They're enjoying the weekend. But like the first half of the month, I'm very heavily focused on my stories as being that, and my invites are being that group, because I want to make sure that I'm filling my group, I'm getting everybody their orders and everything like that. And then I can spend my second half of my month inviting to coaching. But if you don't know when your group is going to be, it's hard to invite to it. And so that's part of your calendar. Like lay out a calendar and do it. I have had the 3rd Monday of the month be the start of my group for 5 years. So you better believe everybody knows when my group's going to start, 3rd Monday of the month. That's how it is every single time, unless it's like a weird date. I was doing the 2nd of the month, but I feel like the Mondays are like, now the 2nd's like the 8th, and I don't want to have that on the 8th. That's not long enough for me. So I want to make sure it's around that 15th-ish time. But if you don't know when your group is starting, if you haven't looked at our team calendar when we're going to have a sneak peek, how are you supposed to invite to those? And so we wanted to encourage you, it's only the 2nd of the month, to make sure you look at your calendar and figure out when do you want your next group to start. If you don't already have a date, if you need a partner in a group, we like to partner up. It's so much fun to have a partner in a group. It's less work, because then you're like, okay, I'm posting Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. You post Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we'll switch every other Sunday. Like planning those posts. It's just so much nicer to have that. You don't have to do all of the posts, and just figuring out. I mean, if you need to join your coaches group for a while, all of us are very happy to have you join in so you can see how they're run, so you can kind of get a feel for them. Don't feel like you have to be like, well, I don't even know what a group is, so I don't want to start one. You can still invite to a group, and you can invite to, if you don't have a group to invite to, you can go ahead and invite to Amy and I's group, and we will add you in and make that happen and work. So, and the other thing that I wanted to do is like, are you going to do a free group? I did free groups so often when I first started with Beachbody, and I'm trying to get back into doing them at least like once a quarter. And those are where you can really build your funnel. And what I mean is you're providing them with the service for free, and it doesn't have to be long. It's like 5 days. And you're showing them like, this is what you would get in my group, but more. And so like, if you want ideas on that, then Crock-Pot groups, Instapot groups, just like a 5-day workout group, Let's Drink Water. There's a bunch of different ones, or as the holidays are approaching, like holiday recipe swaps, giving them SWIP swaps for their favorite holiday recipes. There's a lot of really good ones on the Beachbody blog. So it's really easy to find them and post. And then, do you know when launches are happening? Do you know what you're inviting to? And so starting on Monday, Amy and I are going to start 21 Day Fix, or 21 Day Fix Extreme back to back. It's 42 days from Monday to the 9-week Control Freak launch. Well, that's 2 rounds of 21 Day Fix, or back to back of that. So just like knowing, so that we can be talking about programs that are coming up. And that's not until December. It doesn't launch until December, but just kind of looking ahead and paying attention to that when you log into your online office and they tell you all the things like peppermint mocha. Now, I do a terrible job advertising peppermint mocha because I don't like coffee. And so to advertise to it feels fake. I do sell a little bit, but pumpkin spice, that's my jam. And so that's the one. And so it's really good to be able to think of those launches and figure out like what you love. And you don't have to like go, I love all of the programs, because I don't love boxing. I just don't. And I'm never going to do it. And I've realized that I need to find joy in my workout, and boxing does not bring me joy. And so that's why you have people on your team who are like, oh, I love boxing. So you advertise it and run a group. Amy, do you have, I know I've been going on.
I just wanted to talk about the, like, thinking about Control Freak, because that's going to be a huge launch. I don't know how many of you guys like came in with Autumn's Beachbody's kind of like bread and butter. She has the Ultimate Portion Fix, and every single one of her programs, people know 21 Day Fix, people know 21 Day Fix Extreme, 80-day Obsession. Like, even people who don't know Beachbody will know a lot. Oh, at least a lot of people know at least 21 Day Fix. And so it's going to be a big one. And they put it right before the new year, which means like they're expecting it to be really big too. And so it feels, and I feel like I tend to be a reactor instead of planning. Like, for the first couple years of my business, I felt like I was always on my heels, like, what is coming out? Oh my gosh, this is coming out in a week. Now I know better. And like Melissa was saying, planning ahead. And so I put like on my calendar out, okay, it comes out for coaches December 7th. That means that this whole month I get to be talking about it and leading up to this launch. And so, oh wow. So what is it about like Autumn or the nutrition or her workouts in particular do I love? And so I'm starting to think about those things now. What is it? Ashley doesn't like Autumn, but I love Autumn. I find Autumn, like, what do I love about her? I love how she talks like very inspirationally throughout her programs. Sometimes she talks a little too much, but most of the time I love listening to her. Like, she always says things that really strike a chord with me. So that is something that I want to be thinking about. How can I take that aspect of it and share that with people? Like, what is it that gets me to enjoy her programs, and how can I talk about that? I love that she mixes weights and cardio. Like, to me, she really helped me fall in love with lifting. She helped me fall in love and not be afraid of lifting heavy, and I was always scared of lifting legs because I got badunkadunk. I have strong legs. And so I was always scared of lifting legs because I thought that my legs were going to get huge. Autumn really helped me like change my thinking. So she really changed my mindset about fitness in general. So how can I share that aspect of it? And not just the week before it launches, but how can I start sharing, like, how did my mindset shift happen when I used her programs in the past? How did my body shift? I have before and afters from when I did 21 Day Fix. I have before and afters from when I did 80-day Obsession. Like, I'm going to use those because those are my personal experience. Those are from programs that she has done and I'm excited about. So just finding those ways now, and think about like even posting it on my calendar. When am I going to share about this part of it? And when am I going to share about this part of it? So that way I'm being more strategic in my posting, and I'm being strategic in leading up to that launch. Like, yes, I want people for this month, but I also know when I'm looking out further it's going to be I feel like this program could really be a game changer for especially the end of the year and the beginning of the year. And so what can I do now? Like continually asking myself, what can I do now to put myself in a position to capitalize on this launch? And I'm looking at, okay, so what does that mean? I'm actually going to go back. And I don't know how many of you have been coaches for this long, but you can see like when people signed up, and I'm going to go back through, and I don't know if I can do this on BOD groups anymore, but I could see who was in my like 80-day obsession groups because we did an 80-day obsession one recently. I can also see who was in when I did 21-day fix extreme the second time. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to contact those people and start inviting them, letting them know like, hey, an autumn program is coming out. Would you want to do it with me? And so even like checking people who maybe who have done the program in the past, maybe you know somebody who has and liked it, start inviting those people now, letting them know. Maybe even something Melissa and I did for Muscle Burns Fat was we created a group where we funneled people in. Melissa, do you know if you can share the summit workout that Autumn did? Because if you guys haven't done the summit workout that she did, it is Control Freak and it's actually available now. So I don't know when they're releasing the actual sample, but if you go into the summit workouts and go to hers, she does Control Freak in that. So even like, I know I'm going to be posting that this week because I still have the video of when I filmed myself doing that one. So just kind of thinking strategically. What is it?
It's only available for coaches on BOD, the summit workouts. So I think though, I'm sure they'll have one coming out soon. But like Amy said, like if you haven't done any of her programs or any of her workouts, give her a try so that you can plan ahead. She has a little more obsessed, a little obsessed. Those are all just like 1 week short programs. She has Country Heat. I did that one. Never again. But if you love dance, go ahead and do it. I have figured out the only program I have said no to was 10 rounds. And that was because I just finally I've done every other program that's ever launched. But I mean, it's like, that's our job, is to try them out. I just drew the line there. I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. But like having that plan, like ahead, start talking about it, finish whatever program you're doing right now and see what you can fit in as you go, will really, really help. I know that some of you like struggle with even like just daily figuring out what to post. When you're listening to your personal development and something strikes a chord, I like to do like share that with something. And so like maybe on Mondays you're sharing, you don't even have to get that. On my phone, if something strikes a chord, I am going to really put it in like my phone so I have it for later. Something I'm thinking, like what if I'm on a walk or something and I'm listening, I will write it down so I can share that later. Another thing is like on the weekends, I always try to make sure and share at least one post of like family fun. This is what we're doing. But like you don't have to be, so like on Tuesdays we said do a transformation post. Thursday is a business post. Wednesday you can, share something like random facts about you. I like to do like Fun Fact Friday too. Like here are 5 things or 3 things you didn't know about me. And you always be like, hey, I have new people around here. I want to introduce myself. And we all know there might not be that many new people, but it's always fun to like share a couple of fun facts. And so it's fun to be able to share those random things like I juggle. I taught myself to juggle when I was in 3rd grade, blah, blah, blah. And just like those fun things that why would anybody know that I juggle? They just don't, but I love to juggle. And so it's fun to just share those little tidbits so people can get to know your quirks and your weirdness. But that's why also like listening to your personal development every single day, 15 minutes, really will start giving you that, 1, encouragement to post and share, but 2, also like things that you're like, well, if this speaks to me, I can share. It doesn't always have to be the good stuff. Like I have been like bawling in my posts or like sharing about like what's going on and sharing the hard, because people need to know like life isn't always perfect, and that I am struggling. And I've even had like, I can't motivate anybody today. I'm not even going to be I'm just going to be honest with you. But they need to see like that we're real. Don't, if you're going to enjoy a treat, like don't make that secretive. Like let people see, like we can still like be real people. And that's like what I get the most of the time. It's like, how am I going to make it through the holidays and eat like you? I was like, do you know how I eat? I don't think you know. Like, and everybody who's been signing up with me lately, they're like, I don't know how to make it through the holidays. It's like, do you want to know what I eat for breakfast on Christmas morning? I eat 5 chocolate or peanut butter cookies with Hershey Kisses and 2 sticky buns. That's what I eat. I plan ahead because that's what I'm going to eat every single year. But it's like, it's fun for them to see, like, it's okay. I'm going to enjoy those things, but I'm not going to touch the rolls because they're not my favorite. Like, I don't need the rolls. I'm sticking from the mashed potatoes. But sharing those little things and tricks that you've learned along the way, or something that you love, or things like that. But having some kind of plan as you go into the week really is helpful, especially when you're on the run. Or like Jenny and I were talking, she struggles with taking pictures. So now when she's out, she's trying to be more mindful of taking pictures. And so you don't have to use them right then and there. But if you actually got ready for the day and you dressed up cute, take a couple pictures and save them. Or if you have your family, like save them. I have pictures on there. Like, it doesn't have to be on that day, but you might be like, I think I could use this later on. And just having different options. Or if you have a cute, like new motivational tee that fits you, like share why you love it. It doesn't have to be like super crazy planning, but having a plan will make you unstuck. I know that when I am not in personal development and I'm not working out and I'm not like doing the things that fill my cup, I have nothing to post, nothing. And so I was in a very stagnant state before we started the Ultimate Reset, feeling like I have nothing to post. I'm just feeling it. And now I'm like, I cannot wait to share on Wednesday all of my things that I get to work out again. Like, I have a new joy in my workout. I love new foods, and feeling amazing. And so being able to like, if you don't like something, just go to the next program. Okay. There are like 70 programs. Don't suffer through it because it's not going to bring you joy either to share. Are there any questions or comments or planning? Anything?
I did want to ask you guys, are you guys planning on doing like the coach for 9-week Control Freak? Are you guys doing the, like, starting with the coach thing?
Oh, the VIP exclusive on.
Yeah. Or when are you guys starting it?
Here, like, you mean signing up or starting? I like to start as soon as it comes out.
Okay.
So I can be ahead of my people.
Yeah, so like I like to do that, but then sometimes I don't, because it's really unique when like I do it together with my challengers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I struggle with like which one to do. Do I like start early and show them or what? That's what I struggle with.
And people can sign up for the VIP discount, and they can sign up and start with you. And for MBF, we had 2 groups going. One was with the coach VIP. So anybody who signed up as a coach or a discount coach got to start those 3 or 4 weeks early. And then we had another group starting a couple weeks later.
But we didn't actually start it. Like, it came out and we allowed people like a week to purchase, and then we started all together, which I kind of liked.
Yeah.
That.
Well, Control Freak, it's the first workout is not available until like the 20 something. It's just available for purchase. So you have a couple of a week window.
Yeah. It's kind of, it's, I'm like, oh, the 21st, or 4 days before Christmas.
I know.
We might have to wait till.
That might be a good selling point, actually.
Yeah. No, it really could. And this is really interesting. I was looking back on some of my biggest weeks. One of my biggest like sales week is the week the weird week between Christmas and New Year's. It's like so strange, but oops.
Christmas money. People have it and they're like, I'm gonna go ahead and get started.
Yeah.
So okay. Any other I mean, if you need help with like planning or a schedule or whatever, and then like for me, I will say that I will advertise the last week of the month for my next month's boot camp and the first 2 weeks, and then I'm inviting to coaching after as soon as my group starts. It's all about coaching, like invites wise, just because I want to make sure that I can invite to my group and get that done. But then I also, and we have our Instagram sneak peek. We can do a Zoom sneak peek, any of those things, like if that's what you want to do. We also have a group that already has videos that you can just drop people in, and it talks about like what we do as coaches, how we earn, all of those things. And then you don't have to feel like you have to know all of it. And people can watch it as their leisure. It's a 12-minute video and like a 7-minute video. Try to make it super short and to the point so that people don't have to watch a long video. All right. Well, I'm gonna let you guys go. Next week we have Maddie. I can't say her last name. It's Mehic. She went 5-star elite this year. She is in school, but she kind of was been coaching a couple years and then just exploded this year. And then she's gonna be talking about social media stuff, all things social media. And then the next week we are going to have a girl who's talking about mindset and getting over that hump. So it'll be really good. All right. Well, thanks for joining. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.